Hey guys, we are going to go through the warm-up and the last page of our note packet for today. This is your final lesson of the school year. Woo! You're done learning new things after today. As a reminder, let's look at our planners. Your homework that you've been working on all week is due on Sunday. That is the 21st at 11:59 p.m. That also includes all late work. So if you are still working on late work, it's also due on Sunday and by 11:59 p.m. For your warm-up today, I'm not going to make you draw the two pyramids. However, what I'm putting in a box right now in yellow, this is a must write down. So to be very clear, you are in your warm-ups in your binder. And we're going to practice what we learned yesterday, which is finding the surface area of a pyramid with a square bottom. So for you guys on your warm-up, you're writing what's in yellow for questions 1 and questions 2. The base equals and side times 4 equals. So remember that when we are finding the surface area, we flatten out our shape. So I'm going to show you the animation that we looked at yesterday, just for people who are absent. You can look at this now. So if we start something flat, if we fold it back up, this is our pyramid that we start with. So we'd find surface area, we unfold and flatten it, and we find the area of all our shapes. Now with a pyramid, we have 1 square and 4 triangles. But because the triangles are the same, that's why in our little formula, and I'm going to go back to our warm-up page, it says side times 4. We don't want to do more work than we have to, so we're going to try and make it easier on ourselves. So let's do our first one fully together. The base, and I'm going to outline it here, is a square. And that's what it says in our directions. It says the side lengths of the base are equal. So if this side is 4, this side is 4. So my base is just 4 times 4, which equals 16. Our side, though, our side is the triangle. So you just need to pick one side, and I'm going to pick this one where it has all the numbers. The area of our triangle is base, so bottom is 4 times height of 7 divided by 2. So that's 4 times 7, which is 28, divided by 2. Is 14, but now we have to say times 4. So I say times 4. If I do 14 times 4, we get 56. Our final answer is adding 16 plus 56. 6 plus 6 is 12. Carry your 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 5 is 7. Remember, we need units. What we measured in centimeters squared because we technically flattened it out. Your second question, I'm going to set it up for you, but then you need to do your multiplication. So you'll pause the video in a moment. Our base, I'm going to outline the base. That means the bottom. It's a square. So we're going to do 6 times 6. Your side is a triangle. Oops, should have labeled that. So we're going to use this triangle where the base is 6 times the height of 9 divided by 2 equals Eventually, I want you to say times 4 equals. So you have to fill in what is 6 times 6, what is all of this other information. Take a few minutes right now, pause the video to attempt that multiplication, and then unpause to check your answer. Okay, you should be checking your answers now. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 9 is 54. Divided by 2 equals, and you should have gotten 27, but now you have to say times 4. So you have to do 27 times 4, and you should have come up with 108. The units were feet squared. Okay. From here, we're going to go and do our last page of our notes. And then the rest of class, you are working on your homework. So make sure the Delta Math stuff that you've been working on all week gets done. At this time, take out your note packet and turn to the very, very last page where it starts example 7. Okay. So yesterday, like I mentioned, we did our warm-up. We were reviewing how to find the surface area of a square pyramid. Now, we're going to find the surface area of a pyramid where the bottom or the base is also a triangle. So I'm going to show you an animation just to show you what happens when we unfold this funky triangle. Okay, so here's our triangular pyramid. You can't quite see it yet, but the bottom of our pyramid is also a triangle. So let's see it unfold. So we take off the sides, and look, now you can see that the middle is also a triangle. Fold it back up, flatten it out. So to find the surface area, we're going to find the area of all of the triangles. So let's go to our actual problems. We have this 3D version of our pyramid. Bottom is a triangle. But what's nice is that it's been unfolded for us. So on your piece of paper, draw an arrow from the 3D shape to the flat shape and write unfolded. Well, to find the area or the surface area of our pyramid, we're going to find the area of all triangles. Now on my screen you can see it's color coded. I know on yours it's not because you don't have a color copy, but you'll still get the idea. We're going to find the base, it's in red, and then the sides. Remember the very first day we learned this chapter, we started this topic. We talked about how we are coloring the same shapes in the same colors because they will literally be the same everything. So on our page here, we are going to end up finding the area of the bottom. And I'm going to say that's in red. And then we're going to end up finding the side. But we have 3 sides. So I'm going to say side equals, side equals, side equals. On your piece of paper, I want you to label that as well. I want you to draw arrows. We're going to label what our sides are. This is a side. This is a side. This is a side. Oops. And that makes what's in the middle the bottom. They are all triangles. And we've been practicing our formula for triangles. The area formula is base, bottom, times height, divided by 2. So we're actually going to fill this out. Our red is bottom of 6, or base of 6, times height, 5.2, divided by 2. Let's do all this math. So off to the side here, I'm going to do my multiplication. 5.2 times 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry your 1. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 1 is 31. I had one number after my decimal point, which means I need one number after my decimal point in my answer. So we have 31.2. Then we divide by 2. Okay, another little workspace. 31.2 goes in my division house. 2 goes outside. It's okay to have a decimal in the house. We just bring it to the tippy top. And the rest is normal. 2 can go into 3 one time, which is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down your 1. 2 can go into 11 5 times, which is 10. When I subtract, I have 1 left over. Bring down my 2. 2 goes into 12 6 times. So 31.2 divided by 2 is actually 15.6. That's the area of the bottom, or the red triangle. Because the sides are all the same, they're all colored in blue, we're going to show the work for one of the sides, and then that will be it. Now, what's nice is that the bottom, our red triangle, it has something really special. It's called equilateral, which means all the sides are the same length, which means this side is 6 and this side is 6. Please label that information. So when I go do the side, I know my base is 6 times my height of 8 divided by 2. And that's the same. I want you to say same. So I'm going to rewrite 6 times 8 divided by 2. 6 times 8 divided by 2 equals, equals, equals. Now let's do our multiplication. 6 times 8 is 48 divided by 2. I know that one. That's 24. Which means all of my sides are 24 because they're all the same color. So to find our final answer, we add. So we say 15.6 plus, be careful here. When I line up my numbers, I am not lining up with the 6. I'm lining it up with the numbers in front of my decimal. Why? Well, when numbers don't have decimals, there actually is one there. It's secretly invisible. It's at the end of the number. So I want you to draw on the dots. And you need placeholders, zeros. Now, every number has a buddy, which means you can add. 6 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 6. The dot carries down. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 4 is 17. Carry your 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. Final answer is 107.6. The units we measured in are feet, squared because we flattened it out. So homework, I'm going to make a note. Homework looks like this. Exclamation point, exclamation point. We're going to practice it now, though, with this yellow, on my screen it's yellow, and a green pyramid. What we've noticed, if you look up here, on our last example, the sides were all the same thing. So our faster way to find the surface area is to find the area of the bottom, find the area of a side, and times it by 3, because there's 3 sides on the pyramid. So let's do our bottom. I'm going to outline the bottom. This is our bottom. Our bottom goes base 4 times height. That's what this arrow is pointing to, 3.5 divided by 2 equals. Remember with triangles, all of the bottoms are the same side, so this side is also 4. So when I do the side, it'll also be base, which is 4, times your height this time is 8, divided by 2 equals. Let's do this multiplication. 4 times 3.5. I'm going to write that out. 3.5 times 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Carry my 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. There's one number after my dot, which means there's one number after my dot in my answer. But 14.0 is the same thing as just 14. So we say 14 divided by 2. That one's easier. I know that one. That's 7. Now we're going to do our sides. So our side was base 4 times height of 8 first. That's 32 divided by 2. I know that one too. That's 16. But in parentheses, it says times 3. So I'm going to say 16 times 3 equals. If you're not sure what that is, you can write that one out. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry your 1. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. Remember, we now add. So final answer is 7 plus 48. 7 plus 8 is 15. Carry your 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Our units were meters squared. That's your answer. Let's try to do the next one. I'm going to outline our bottom. So now I'm on green. Oops. Change color. I'm going to outline the bottom in here. It's our green triangle. I know it's not green on your piece of paper, but it's green on the screen. Remember, our triangles right now all have the same sides. So this side is 2, this side is 2. Finding our bottom. Base is 2 times height. It's pointing an arrow. 1.7. And we say divided by 2 equals. Well, let's do this part. 1.7 times 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry your 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. There's one number after my decimal, which means there's one number after my decimal in my answer. So we have 3.4. Then we say divided by 2. I'm going to show my long division for that one, because I don't know that on the top of my head. It's okay to have a decimal in your house. You just bring it to the tippy top. 2 can go into 3 one time, which is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down what's left, which is a 4. 2 can go into 14 7 times. Final answer for our base, our bottom, is 1.7. Now we're going to do it with our side. I'm going to outline that in pretty color, I think. Oh, maybe not that one. We do red. So this is the side we're going to use. Right here. This side is base times height, so that's 2 times 3 divided by 2. Well, 2 times 3, that's 6. 6 divided by 2, that's 3. But it says do the side times 3. So I say 3 times 3, which is 9. Your final answer is adding them together. So we say 1.7 plus 9. Remember, 9 does not have a decimal. I need to add mine in, which is at the end of the number, which also means I need a placeholder. 7 plus 0 is 7. Decimals brought down. 1 plus 9 is 10. We measured in centimeters, and it's squared. Final answer, 10.7 centimeters squared. For the rest of class, you are finishing this nets and surface area homework. You're on this last part that says day 4 homework. Again, you have 2 questions. I want to point out something very important. Here's an example of one of your homework questions for today. The bottom is the base. The top is the side. So let me write that out. Okay, here's an example homework question. The bottom here, this is actually the bottom of your triangle. This top triangle is the one I want you to use for your side. So just heads up right there. Bottom, side. Bottom, side. Again, this homework is due on Sunday by 11:59. If you are done with your homework, then you're on Dreambox for the rest of the class. Bye, guys.